Culture shocks I've experienced since moving to Malaysia from the UK. The first and biggest one is the fact that everyone and everything is on WhatsApp. Like, if you want to speak to your doctor, if you want to speak to your grocery store, you can do it by sending them a message on WhatsApp, which is so crazy to me, but it is also so much more convenient. Another one is that people here don't really have a huge sense of urgency. Everyone is super chilled out, which can be a little bit frustrating for me, coming from a country where everyone is like so fast paced, everyone's going 100 miles an hour. But it is also really, really nice to be able to stop, to slow down and to relax a bit. Like, I have to say, I feel so much less stressed out here in Malaysia than I did in the UK. The next one has got to be my most favourite shock that I experienced since moving here to Malaysia, is the fact that the hijab is something different here, and it means something different. Out here, like, the default hijab that most of the sisters wear is like fully coverage, neck's covered, hair's covered, but it also covers your chest and your back, which makes it so much easier, because if everybody else is wearing the full coverage hijab, it's just easier for you to do the exact same thing, which is really nice. And it is so much easier to get super nice, super chill, like super cooling hijabs out here as well. Another thing that I absolutely love about here, which is a huge shock, is the fact that there is nature every single way that you look. Like, that is office buildings on my left, and on my right there is just trees. There is a forest round the other side, and this is super common everywhere you go in Malaysia. No matter how many buildings there are, you don't have to look very far to find trees, to find greenery, which is so relaxing. When you can stop, you can literally smell the flowers, listen to the birds, and just be so relaxed. Another shock, which I don't know if you would class this as culture or maybe just like how the country is set up, but is the fact that the buses here work different to how they work in the UK. So, for example, in the UK, when you get on a bus to go one direction, you're on one side of the road, and to go the opposite direction, you literally get on the bus on the opposite side of the road. Whereas here, every single bus route is circular, meaning it just goes in one direction, and it's a circle route the whole entire day. So the bus stop you get off at to get to your destination. Another shock is that in England, everyone either pays by cash or card, and some places don't even accept like contactless, because of like banks and whatever. Whereas here, everything is QR code. Like, you want to send someone money, oh, what's your QR code? Or you pay by touch and go QR code. Like, the default is QR code. And sometimes people don't, like, some places don't accept, like, have card machines, so you can't actually pay by card. Speaking of food, another, like, amazing shock, which I love, is how cheap some of the food is here. I mean, how easy it is for people to go and get food within their budget. They're at the beginning of their salary journey, like the beginning of their career, so they're on a lower salary, and that's minimum wage. And you can survive. You can afford to eat out sometimes, all on minimum wage. Whereas in the UK, like, if you are on entry, like, minimum wage, it's not as bad as the UK, where I know people that literally can't afford to eat, or they earn minimum wage and then they have to go and get benefits from the government and food banks just so that they can actually survive and live, which is insane. Another culture shock, which I think is really nice and it makes your life a lot easier, is how easy and accessible healthcare is here. So, for example, if you go to your pharmacy, you can get loads of stuff that you can't really get in the UK. Like, you can just walk in and get a wheelchair, or like crutches or bandages or plasters, and loads of different medication types. They can't prescribe the same medications that doctors can in the UK. So, like, if you want an antidepressant, or you want something for mental health, or like a really strong medication, doctors can't prescribe that. You can literally call up the hospital and refer yourself, which in the UK it doesn't work like that. In the UK, you go to your GP, you ask for a referral, you wait 6 months, if you're lucky, and you get referred to the hospital. Whereas, like, here, they're called like clinics. You can just walk into one of the clinics, ask to see a doctor, say what your issue is, and you just walk in, see a doctor, and they sort you out. Cough mixture, paracetamol, like strong anti-inflammatories, a thing to gargle, throat lozenges, all of this. And the entire price, including all of the medications, seeing the GP, was 150 ringgit, which is crazy, because I was better within a few days. These are just a few of, like, the culture shocks that we've experienced since moving here. There are a few other different things in terms of, like, mannerisms, which are really nice to see, like, our kids adapt and start doing themselves. Like, for example, in Malaysia, one of the things that children do, or young people do, as a sign of respect to your elders or to someone else, is you take the person's hand and you put your forehead on the, like, outside of their hand, and it's a sign of respect here. And it's really nice to see, like, my kids do that to other people, and other people get like, oh my gosh, they're so happy because they, like, my kids are doing it. And it's little things like that which are so nice to experience. Oh my gosh. There is a scorpion on my camera. The other thing is that there are animals and insects everywhere here, and I just had a scorpion crawl on my camera that was bright green. I'm gonna go back inside because I do not want that on me.